Tiger Ozaki. Here he is. First Wolf, then Tiger. Okay. Tiger absolutely is top tier. Tiger is definitely top tier character. Why do I say that with such certainty? Why do I say with such confidence, such bollocks, that Tiger Ozaki, this man, is the best character in the game? Why do I say this stuff? Well, you see, there's a good reason for it. And I've mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again because this is Tiger's episode. Tiger Ozaki, for some strange reason, has a counter super. A counter super that cannot be countered by anything else in the game. Cross counter, well, as I found out now, Joe 5 has a special cross counter against the ropes. Tiger feels incredibly fast. Holy shit. Joe has a special cross counter against the ropes that seems to actually come. That is a weird picture. That seems to be, you know, you can't counter it. Now, normally, Joe's normal cross counter, you can counter it actually with some characters, being Rikishi, Carlos, and I believe Wolf Taniguchi. However, Tiger and Aoyama both have counter supers that nobody can counter. Even though Joe's is niche, the fact that Tiger has literally no opposition to his counter super and he's a fast puncher would easily make him the best character in the game. No guard, the knockout stance, doesn't really come into play. Joe 5 is probably second best. Top 3 is most likely Tiger, Joe 5, and Aoyama. Aoyama might be moved to like... He'd probably still be top 3. I would say so, actually. Because Aoyama, again, has a counter super that no one can do anything about. His only issue is that he has small range. But he's still a fast puncher. Tiger's a fast puncher. He has... You can tell that he's fast dodging. So Aoyama is a fast puncher too. That seems to be a thing then. That's a tell. If this move is fast, then they're a fast puncher. So who is Tiger Ozaki? Well, that's a good question. Tiger Ozaki is a very minor character, and he's essentially what is a jobber. He's basically just a jobber. That's all he is. He's the Japanese bantamweight champion, so you know he's got a good rank. He has a worse hairline than me, which is impressive to say the least. He fights Joe after Joe kills Rikishi at some point. No, I think he's Joe's next fight after killing Rikishi, where Joe starts vomiting. No, it can't be because there's other fights beforehand. But Joe can't punch people in the head because he starts to throw up. And I think that happens in the fight, actually, and Dampe throws in the towel. Cool scene. Cool scene. Tiger then basically gets fucked up by Carlos at some point. In like 10 seconds, it's actually incredible. And then he's never seen or heard of again. Very bizarre character. Basically does nothing. He's only slightly more impressive than jobbers like Usman, Pinan, and Murase. Like, you know, they're like C, B grade jobbers. Tiger's like an A grade jobber, I guess. Like, he's so unimpressive. He's basically like Yuri from Grappler Baki. Like, he's not a weak jobber because he obviously beats Baki in a fight, but then gets quickly replaced. I also want to give a little plug to Seed of Life if you want to read it. I don't know what chapter will be on by the time this video comes out. It might be chapter 3. We might be on chapter 4 if I'm really bad at uploading. So who knows? But we might be on chapter 3 by the time this video comes out, and I will leave a link below if you want to read the story. Warning, it's not very good. I'm thinking of new video ideas. And like, amongst the Ashita no Joe stuff, the only other video I've done really is the Randy Savage video. The Mugen one. That's the only one I've done, actually, which is a shame. I had a lot of fun doing that too. I cut out like a load. It was like a 50-minute recording, and I only did like, I think what, 6.5 minutes. I cut out so much shit, and I'm really sorry for that. That's because there was not a lot of like commentary. A lot of it was just me sort of being really quiet and just sort of enjoying myself. But I'm thinking of other videos. Like, I know no one watches the Dragon Ball Z ones, which is a shame because I really want to do the Red Potara thing. That would be a long ass series, like really, really long. And the Paper Mario TTYD chapter lock thing. You know, I mean, the video was really bad, I'll be honest. The prologue video was really bad. I might try it again, to be honest. Because, like, yeah. Also, I think I deleted the chapter 1 recording. And I'd already saved by the end of chapter 1. So I'd have to do that again anyway. I might redo it again. I might redo it. I don't know, though. I don't really know. I've tried it all throughout childhood. Well, teenagerhood, I suppose. When I really started with it. But my first gaming video was when I was like 9. And it was a weird plug and play thing. It was a red Genesis controller, really flimsy plastic, and it had 6 games in it. And I did a really bad review on it. I think I uploaded it actually, and it was like the dumbest title in the world. It was like it was like 6-in-1 bootleg Genesis that my dad bought from a car boot. Like, the title was so long that YouTube actually cut the title down. Like, I couldn't even fit all the words into it because it was so long. It was hysterical, actually. Really boring video because I only like barely touch it. I don't even review the thing. I just play the games and I'm like, this is a bit bad, and that's it. It is fantastic. A Bad Game Christmas obviously came around when I was like 14. Why did I say obviously if you know? Bad Game Christmas came around when I was like 14, 13, 14. I was in year 9, which is pretty cool. Oh my god, that's a cringy story. Oi, 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 oi. In year 9, I started drawing. Well, not the first time. In year 7, I actually started drawing. This was for the first comic of mine, Cat and Raccoon. Cat and Raccoon was heavily inspired by Kinnikuman Man, and technically it's still going to be done under a different name. Cat and Raccoon is still going to be a thing, but it's very confusing. Cat and Raccoon, the original Cat and Raccoon idea, has been turned into a story called Stardust and Supernovas, which is kind of very wrestling based. However, the name Cat and Raccoon is being used for another comic that's very different and has more of an inspiration of like Lupin the Third, Cowboy Bebop, City Hunter. Very strange. But basically how it was is that the characters were inspired by people I knew. And it came from this very funny off comment my friend made where we were playing GTA 5 online. And we called ourselves the Cat and Raccoon. I wore a cat mask, he wore a raccoon mask. And he told me one day, he asked me one day, he went, can you make a comic about what we do in GTA 5? And I was like, yeah, why not? And it just grew into this huge thing. It had nothing to do with GTA. It just became Kinnikuman Man. It was fantastic. But I remember doing these wanted posters, very inspired by One Piece, of the characters from this comic of mine. However, because they were all based off of real people, and as placeholder names, I would just use their real names. When I uploaded it to Instagram, I never clarified that these were placeholder names, or that this was for a comic. For some reason, I just assumed people would know, but I never clarified it. So I had these really shit anime drawings that I really want to find, and I don't think anyone would even have them anymore, because I want to redraw them, like, with an improved style. But, like, so many people I just drew in this really shit, terrible anime style with their real names, put it on Instagram, and then was honestly quite surprised that not more people were like, bro, you're a weirdo. Only like one person did, but he was like weird. My friend called him Fleabag Monkey Face because he looked like Fleabag Monkey Face. Even today I still do that with the characters. I still, you know, with some of them I base them off of real people. Not as much anymore. A lot more characters now are fully original, but there are still some exceptions. Alright Joe, come on. We'll talk about the game for once. Guess what? Very uninteresting. Alright Tiger, what's your pose? Oh! Someone thinks he's the main character.